Today is Wednesday, September 26th. Our Wednesday webinars are a new initiative of the Department of Online Learning and the Committee for Emerging and Recyclable Technology, CERT, featuring me, Melissa Stitt. I am a professor of accounting and the online learning coordinator for the School of Business, Education, Justice, and Law. If you wouldn't mind, just make a comment in the chat so that Bunmi knows the audio is working. So one Wednesday a month from September to November at lunchtime, we're going to host a half-hour webinar forum where faculty members from the comfort of their offices can discuss teaching issues and what technologies they have found to be useful for student engagement. Skype for Business will be the webinar platform. You can mark your calendar for the following Wednesdays, October 24th and November 28th. Please remember to mute your microphones. Bunmi will be handling the chat today. If there are any outstanding questions at the end of our sessions, we will be sure to send you email responses. So in today's webinar, we will be discussing closed captioning, YouTube, Stream, and other options. And my plan for these discussions is for these to be kind of open. I'm not planning on spending a lot of time on each tool. I'm just sharing each of the tools with you, and then I'm hoping at the end maybe we can have a little discussion about what is working for you. So basically today we're going to talk about YouTube, Stream, and we're going to talk about Google Dictate. So YouTube actually automatically captions videos for you when you upload them. Your main issue when you're uploading them is that you need to make sure your language is set correctly. You want to make sure you give it a little time as it uploads. Your captions may not appear immediately. Some files do take a little time to process. There are some issues with it. Automatic captioning does not work on every file. So for instance, yesterday I uploaded 2 files, both made on the same computer, using the same headset, same type of audio, the same software. I used Screencast-O-Matic. One video caption, now it did take about 5 minutes for it to caption, and it was a short video. The other video did not caption towards the end. So, you know, sometimes it works with YouTube and sometimes it doesn't, and it doesn't actually tell you why. So you need to be careful of that. So some reasons it may not caption. The first one is the captioning isn't available because it's still processing. The language in the video may not be supported by the automatic captions. The video is too long, but it doesn't actually tell you what is too long. The video has poor sound quality or contains speech that YouTube doesn't recognize. There's a long period of silence at the beginning of the video, and I think that's what happened to one of my videos. I think I didn't start talking for a minute or so, so it just assumed there was no nothing to translate. Or there are multiple speakers whose speech overlaps. So these can be some of the issues you might see when you're uploading to YouTube. Again, it's an automatic thing. And of course, the other issue you are going to have is going to be the actual, I'm going to show you a video that I uploaded as soon as I move this out of the way. The other issue you're going to have is if it actually understands you. So here's one of the videos I uploaded, and you can see a little bit of the transcription there, and it says, "I am Professor Stiff." So Stit to Stiff might be a little embarrassing if I shared that video with my students. So once you upload these videos, you definitely want to go back and check your transcriptions, and there are options in there for you to edit it. So this is actually in YouTube. I uploaded it. It automatically picked up these subtitles for me. I can hit the video and play, and you'll see the subtitles coming across the screen. You're not going to hear sound. But there's my video. It automatically, like I said, picked up everything, uploaded it to YouTube. And then what I'm going to do on the back end is I'm going to go in and edit these subtitles to make sure they're correct and they make sense. So YouTube is an option for you. Again, doesn't always work, but it is a good option. Our second option that we're going to talk briefly about is Stream. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but Stream is actually an app available in Office 365. So you want to log into your Office 365, and it may or may not be one of your choices. You may have to go into Explore All Apps. I've been into Stream, which is why you'll see Stream as a choice for my apps. So I choose Stream. Go into Stream, and it's welcoming back. Stream is kind of like sort of like a video version of a social networking site. It allows you to upload videos. The video I uploaded last time, or the only video I've actually uploaded to this one, is the Respondus Monitor video that I created a few weeks ago. The same thing happens with Stream as does with YouTube. When you upload the video, it automatically captions it, which is cool. And Stream is shared across our college, so anyone who has access to Office 365 also has access to Stream. So, cool tool. You get in there, you upload it. We do have some issues with Stream right now. We're not real sure what our storage limits are. IT is working on that to try to figure out if this is a good option for us to actually be storing videos. The other problem with Stream is that you probably can't share your videos from Stream to your students. So if you post a video on YouTube, you can share that pretty easily with your students. If you post something in Stream, it's probably more of an internal video, like the Respondus Monitor or the Wednesday webinars. So Stream is another option for working on videos. The last option I wanted to show you is kind of a workaround. So, like I said, sometimes YouTube doesn't necessarily work. So you want to go from your YouTube video and put that, usually what I do is I download it to my screen, and Google actually has a dictate feature. So open up your Google Docs, search for go into your Docs, log in. I set up a MSTIX CBC account with Google, and you can actually dictate your video. Now, it's not going to work in here for me because of the way the microphones are set up on these smart screens. But at home, what I did was I had two computer screens next to each other. I had my video on one computer screen. I had my Google Dictate on the other computer screen. And I just dictated, I pushed play on the video and play on my Google Dictate, which I'm going to show you here in a second. And Google Dictate slowly wrote down exactly what I was saying on my video. So I'm going to show you where that tool is real quick in Google. So this is a document in Google. I'm going to go into Tools, Voice Typing. So I have to click this little microphone to speak. At the same time, I would be clicking the play on my video. So I click to speak. Hello, Google. I am trying out the voice typing feature, period. So from there, you can transcribe your video for yourself. It's going to take a little more time than the automatic transcribing that you go through with YouTube, but what I would suggest is you do it in pieces. I would only transcribe like 30 seconds at a time, go in and edit, and hit your stop and play buttons again, and come back in and transcribe a little more. It worked pretty well for me. It actually worked a little better than YouTube because my transcription turned out to be a little more accurate. I didn't wind up being Professor Stiff. with Google. I call it Google Dictate with Google Dictate. So it's another option for getting your videos up there and making them accessible. Any questions so far?
Yes, I have a couple questions. This is Fawce at Dunstan.
Okay.
So you just mentioned this Google feature, and it looks very interesting. So are you saying that it's best to have the video on one computer monitor and then open up Google Documents in another? And how does that work? As you're speaking into Google, after it is transcribed, are you then having to cut and paste it onto the video? I missed how that would work.
Yeah, you would take that and you would take it and cut and paste it. So once you have your own transcription of the video, you would take it and cut and paste it into, if you're using YouTube or whatever it is you're using to hold your video.
How would you, does YouTube have an edit feature where you can actually open and there's a text box that comes in and you can just upload it? How does that work?
Yes, you can do that. In YouTube, you can either upload it or you can either upload it or you can go in and piece by piece type it, play it, type it, play it. I can show you where that is in YouTube.
Yeah, that would be helpful. And then since we're on the subject of YouTube, you also mentioned going in and editing anything that Google uploads, and I would also like to see where that would be.
Okay, so now I'm going to tell you, YouTube's a little funny. You might have to play with it a little bit. They have a couple different areas where you could be editing your videos. They've started a beta version of some things. So some people are going to get a little different options when they log in. But mine right now, and I posted on the PowerPoint I sent out, there's actually directions for both ways, I think. But let me go back here to where my videos are. So if you go in and see your videos, once you've uploaded them, like I said, they automatically transcribe. So I'm going to go into the subtitles. And over here it says add new subtitles. Get English. There we go. It's going to let me upload a file. And YouTube also has specific settings for how you can create that file, which I also included in the help. You can transcribe it and auto sync, so it's going to play it, and you can slowly type in whatever you're saying if it's your video, or you can create another file and upload those transcripts into YouTube. So you want to make sure either way, no matter what you're doing, that you're able to edit the transcriptions.
So when YouTube automatically transcribes it, which of the three options do I use to go in and edit what YouTube has come up with?
On mine last time, here it is. On the, sorry. They just released this beta version. So it was the last one on the bottom, create new subtitles or closed captioning. So if you see on my screen, it actually shows my video and it shows what is in each one.
Okay, so you can actually edit it from what YouTube already has and create
exactly.
A new... Okay.
And it's interesting. Google, I'm not sure. I have not done any research on what the relationship is between YouTube and Google. Maybe you know, but they're very interrelated. They're doing a lot of stuff together. So I'm not sure
by the same people.
What's going on.
Google owns YouTube.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Because sometimes when I say Google, it's sort of interchangeable for YouTube, but
yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy to do in YouTube, but if it doesn't work, there are other options.
Question.
Yep.
How would you do the timing? Somebody's asking.
The timing's a little harder to do. I tend to not mess with the timing as much. I tend to upload just a transcript, but the timing, as you can see in this option, when it automatically transcribed, I can just go in each timing area and change it. To create a file that has the timing in it, YouTube has specific settings for that, and I've included a help file with the PowerPoint for you to see that, if you want to give that a try. That's a little more in depth than we're going to cover. Does that help?
Yes, it definitely does.
I will tell you, as far as transcribing goes, if I am creating a video to use in my classroom, I'm actually going to create a transcript to start with, to work off of, rather than creating a video and having YouTube transcribe it. You're really better off, if at all possible, to create a transcript on the front end and just upload that transcript with your video than it is to have to deal with the transcribing on the other end. Just a thought there. Now, I know a lot of people already have videos that exist, so I just thought I'd share that. Anybody using anything else besides YouTube? Or I don't think anybody's really using Stream or tried anything else besides YouTube for dictation or, I guess, transcribing? Nothing else out there? You know, the other option is to pay someone to do it. There are paid programs out there. As far as I know, CCBC is not investing in anything like that. I was doing a Quality Matters, and I'm not sure if you're aware, Quality Matters has changed. Their rubric update, part of their rubric update is they're looking at accessibility in our classrooms. So this is even more important as we're moving forward. But I was doing a Quality Matters review this summer, and one of the other professors on the team said that their school had spent over $800,000 trying to get all their academic videos transcribed to make them accessible. So it's definitely an issue we're all facing and something we kind of have to figure out how to work through. Any thoughts on that? Anybody done anything else that would?
Well, my thoughts, this is Fawce again. My thoughts would be that if this is something that the college wants us to move toward, the college really needs to invest the money. This seems like...
Well, first of all, I can't get my audio to work, so I had to call in. But then I don't have a mute where I can hold on. I had to do hands-free, which is annoying. But besides that, the whole first 10 minutes was people not being able to connect. But they just kept trucking on. So everyone who couldn't connect didn't see the first 10 minutes of the presentation. And I'm just like,
What was that? I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I've noticed, it's just that you did it.
Well, I'm not sure. I can't hear you.
Well, Melissa, can you hear me? I'm Fawce.
Yes, I can. Yes.
In response to your question or comment, I think that if the college is moving toward having us do this more with and to be Quality Matters ready, then the college really needs to invest the money. This seems like a lot for a professor, a busy professor to do, to have to transcribe things. If there's software out there that can do it for us, why not invest in that? It's just, I have very little time to do the kind of transcribing that the videos require.
I agree. Do you have a lot of videos in your classes that would require transcription?
So the videos I do are basically weekly videos, just letting the students in my online courses know what's ahead, what to do, what's going on. They're just quick videos, no more than 3 to 4 minutes. But to ask me to go back and to transcribe these, I don't have the time. I'm teaching 5 classes.
Right. So you're reusing stuff that you've created. And now, if you were to upload them, it'd be nice if they were accessible.
That would be the plan, but to go back and say, okay, now you have to transcribe all of these, that's a hardship that I think is just too much.
Right, yeah, but it's still, even if YouTube closed captions it for you, you still have to go in and edit everything. You know, it's not like you can assume that it's correct. I mean, mine's pretty. What's that? Veronica, could you repeat your question?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
I just had a question before about the timing on the when you were doing the transcription. So the transcription doesn't contain any timing information, and when you upload that into YouTube, and it treats it like a transcript, like how, is it putting it on the screen with the video?
It depends on which way you're going about it. So if you use YouTube's automatic transcription, it's picking up the timing for you. If you were on the if your Skype worked, sorry, it would show you right now on my screen. You can see my video and you can see the transcription, and it has all of the timing. So
right, but that's one you did in YouTube.
Yes, that's
right.
One I uploaded to YouTube. Now there are
okay. I'm sorry, you uploaded it. You didn't have YouTube auto caption it.
No, I did. I'm sorry. I had YouTube auto caption this one, and then you go in and you can edit it in YouTube.
Right. So the other option, if I had a transcript file like the one that you showed in Google Docs, where I turned it on and recorded myself, and then I have that transcript file, if I upload that,
right.
It won't be in sync with the video. Like, it won't be in sync with me talking, right? Because it won't have that timing information.
That's correct. So your options would be to set it with the timing, or just to upload the transcript and not have the timing with it.
Got it. Okay, so that's what I just want to clarify, that I was not missing something in between, that those were the two actual options.
No. And honestly, I have never checked on it to see if it's required that the timing be on there. A lot of times when I create videos, like I said, I'll create what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. A transcript first, and I will upload my video and a transcript so that the students have both. And
right, because normally a transcript is kept separate. Like a transcript is something it's just like a couple paragraphs of what you're saying, whereas captions are a timed file with the timing information. That's
right, exactly where you are.
Right.
Yes. But it would be interesting to see what our Office of Accessibility says about that, if that actually does, I guess, apply to make a video accessible, or if it still needs to have the timing in there correctly, because that is what I have been doing. I have been just uploading the transcript without the timing on it.
Is for Quality Matters, is it, do they distinguish the difference?
I'm not sure, but I will check on that.
Thanks, that would be awesome.
Any other thoughts here? I will also tell you that Word has a dictate feature, but I was told by IT that it's hasn't been tested here, so they aren't sure what it would do to the computer if I downloaded it. So that's why I went ahead with Google Dictate, which actually works really well. Any other thoughts? Oh, anybody use Screencast-O-Matic?
Yes, I use Screencast-O-Matic. This is Fawce.
I use Screencast-O-Matic too, and I just noticed the other day that they actually have a transcription option.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have not played with it, but it was just like 3 or 4 days ago I happened to notice it. So I'm going to give that a try too and see what that does. Screencast-O-Matic is a free screencasting option. It's available on the web. You can record videos up to 15 minutes for free. I might do a webinar on that as well, because that's a really cool, easy tool to use to screencast.
Great.
Any questions? Any answers?
No, this was helpful.
Excellent. Bunmi and actually the CERT team that I'm working with are working to try to figure out ways to deal with this accessibility issue. So your comments will be taken back to those teams to see if we can figure out some solutions to these issues. So thank you. We appreciate. Go ahead.
I don't let them leave yet.
Oh, don't leave yet.
Please do not leave yet. In case you join by phone, I may not have your name. I need to give you credit for taking for coming to the webinar. I have Elisa, Fawce, Eva, Veronica. Am I missing anybody?
No, hello?
Hello?
Hello? This is Eva. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, as I said, I am pretty much lost, even though I have the PowerPoint presentation. But my Skype for Business screen keeps saying upload or download plugins. It's not doing anything, and so I pretty much don't know who can assist me, but I need to contact the school help desk. They installed Skype, and I guess it's something on their side because I can do nothing.
Well, I will suggest that you call help desk and tell them to install Skype for Business on your workstation. Also, we are recording this session, and at the end of this session, we will find a way to upload it, and I will send you guys all the links so that you can at least go back, revisit, listen again.
Okay.
Well, apparently Skype for Business still has a little hiccup here and there, but the more we use it, the more we complain about those hiccups, the more we make sure that they get fixed. Okay?
Yeah, I let them look at it because I'm not sure if I have the authority to install anything for it, but I tried.
Yeah, whatever you missed today, we'll make sure you get an opportunity to get it in the recording.
Okay.
The PowerPoint I sent out had a lot of links on the end that will be helpful in any of these YouTube or Google Dictate. Lots of options there. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email is mstitt. I'd also love to hear any feedback you have on the webinars. And if you have any suggestions for future webinars, we have 3 scheduled or 2 more scheduled for this semester, but we could add more to the schedule if there's some ideas of what you want to hear and possibly different times.
So do you plan to repeat this one?
I don't. It will be recorded, but what we may do is expand on it. So, everybody kind of had an interest in YouTube. Maybe we'll do something more in-depth on YouTube, that type of thing. But send me your suggestions. I'd love to hear them.
Is the list of the other ones already out available?
We don't have. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We don't have topics. We have dates.
Oh, I understand. I'm sorry.
So we're kind of doing them as we go along. See what people want to talk about.
Can I make a request now?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So I don't know, and I think I took general webinar, but the lockdown browser, Respondus, lockdown browser. For some reason, it needs to be demystified for me. I've been resistant to use it in my face-to-face classes, but I know that some faculty do.
Okay. What is your name? Is this Veronica?
This is Veronica. I'm sorry, Veronica.
That's okay. Yeah, I can do that, or I can help you out, one-on-one if you need help. I'm an online learning coordinator. That's our job. So
yeah, that would be great. My office mate tried to show it to me, and it made sense for an online environment. I didn't know if there was ways to set it for different, whether or not I should be using it in the classroom, and then if I do, does it still require the same level of, because he was showing me the features of taking the photos and, for the online classes.
Yeah, you could just lock down the browser in a face-to-face classroom if you wanted to, instead of doing the photos. And
yeah. So I guess I just don't, I haven't just fiddled enough to know the difference between, like, what my options are, basically.
Okay, well, I will send you some information on that, and if that doesn't help, you and I will get together and figure out how to do it.
Great, that would be awesome.
Okay, excellent.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You.
Thanks for helping us experiment.
And thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Melissa. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate that. See you next month, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.